Sentire Media.
Welcome to the Stop Italian Sounding podcast, uncovering authentic Italian food. I'm your host, Robert Campana, and join me as we delve into the rich heritage of genuine Italian food, exploring its legends, history, and traditions. Through important tips and insightful interviews with industry professionals, you'll gain a deeper understanding of authentic Italian food. Welcome back, everyone, to the Stop Italian Sounding show, uncovering authentic Italian food, bringing you small bites of Italian food culture. So today, we're going to talk about Italian coffee. We all know Italy is world famous for caffè, espresso, cappuccino, macchiato, caffè corretto, so many different things. Yet the interesting twist is that Italy doesn't actually grow coffee beans. All coffee consumed in Italy comes from tropical countries like Brazil, Ethiopia, Colombia, like I said, tropical countries, and not Italy. So how did Italy become synonymous with caffè, with coffee? Today, we're going to explore a little bit of the history. We're going to explore culture, innovation, including inventions that made Italian coffee what it is today, such as the Moka pot and the espresso machine. So coffee arrived in Italy around the 17th century, brought from the Middle East, and Venice was the first city to start importing coffee, thanks to its trade routes, of course. And by the 18th and 19th centuries, coffee houses, or coffee bars as they're known today, had spread across Italian cities like Torino, Milan, Rome, Naples, becoming hubs for socializing, meeting up with friends, talking about things like sports, politics, and discussing general culture for that matter. And it wasn't about growing beans. It was about preparing and perfecting coffee, because Italians invented methods and rituals that transformed the coffee from an imported commodity into really a national passion that characterizes its identity today. And two inventions that really cemented Italy's coffee identity were first the espresso machine, we could say, which was invented in the early 20th century, which is a machine that allowed coffee to be brewed quickly under pressure, creating that really intense, flavorful espresso with the crema on top that we all know and love today. I know I have about 3 of them per day. And Italian coffee bars became really the blueprint for coffee culture worldwide. We think about Starbucks, for example. And then the next thing that really helped to cement the coffee culture in Italy was the Moka pot, which was invented in 1933 by Alfonso Bialetti. And the Moka pot brought that coffee into Italian homes, really across the entire nation. It's simple, it's affordable, it's durable, and it makes high-quality coffee accessible to millions of Italians, which then eventually spread across Europe and across the Italian diaspora around the entire world. I know personally I have about 7 of them at home. Smaller ones, bigger ones, different older ones, which of course, if you use a Moka pot, the more you use it, the better coffee it produces. So you do not want to wash that with soap, of course, only warm water. Anyway, these two inventions that I just spoke about are why Italy is so strongly associated with caffè. And Italians didn't just drink it, they engineered it, they perfected it, they built rituals around it, and they really cemented coffee as part of their national identity. And coffee in Italy became more than a drink because it's a cultural ritual. If anybody's been to Italy, they know that. All they have to do is walk past any bar and they're able to understand, because you walk past any bar, you see Italians standing up, chatting with friends, with an espresso in hand, for a few minutes, because it's quick when you go to a bar, order, drink, leave. And these, of course, are social moments between even business meetings, let's just say, between friends, between meetups. È un punto di incontro, as we would say in Italian. And these coffee breaks are really what punctuate the daily habit of the average Italian across the entire peninsula. And Italy's genius was turning imported beans into an art form, not by growing them, but by controlling the preparation, the timing, the presentation of that specific coffee. And the espresso machine and the Moka pot made this art accessible really to everyone. And if we compare this to coffee producing countries such as Brazil, Colombia, Ethiopia, for example, they grow the raw beans, but the drink isn't itself tied to that Italian style espresso culture, because Italy's contribution is technique, it's ritual, it's experience. And no other country has really made imported coffee its national identity the way Italy did. Even global chains market Italian style espresso because Italy set the standard without growing a single bean. And this, I have to say, is a great lesson in food and beverage culture and about authenticity, because we talk about authenticity a lot. And there is that gray area when mentioning the word authenticity, because it's not only about origin, it's also about technique, culture, tradition, saper fare, know-how, as we say. And Italy's coffee story does show that imported ingredients can become iconic through mastery. And it's really a perfect example as to why understanding history, understanding specific tools like the Moka pot, like the espresso machine, understanding rituals, really all matter when defining authenticity, especially in that gray area that we just mentioned. So, anyway, when you enjoy your espresso or your morning Moka pot brew, remember that it's Italian in identity, technique, ritual, and not specific origin when it comes to the production of coffee beans. So, Italy didn't invent coffee. Italy doesn't grow coffee, but Italy perfected it. Italy celebrates it really better than anywhere else that I could think of and made it world famous thanks in no small part to the espresso machine and, of course, the Moka pot. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the stories of authentic Italian cuisine. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to this podcast for more insights and interviews. Also, feel free to reach out with your thoughts or questions on our social media channels at Stop Italian Sounding or on our website, stopitasounding.com. Grazie a tutti e alla prossima.
Sentire Media.
Hey, podcast producers and show hosts. Do you want to join a podcast network that celebrates all things Italian? At Sentire Media, we understand the allure of Italy and its unique culture. Our devoted team of hosts and producers are all driven by their shared passion for Italy. And we work tirelessly to create the best lifestyle podcasts and content that will whisk you away to the very heart of Italy. With us, you can savor the mouth-watering flavors, get lost in the stories from the past, break down the cultural barriers, and truly immerse yourself in the vibrant traditions of this intoxicating country. If you have a great podcast idea or are already in production and would like to join Sentire Media, head over to sentiremedia.com. That's SENTIRE media.com and find out how to submit your show.